The iPhone problems.
DJ
Mikey Mike. If you guys don't know, we have a pretty crazy sense of humor here at Live Fit Apparel. So if you don't have a sense of humor, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious though. So the last video I just posted, or we just finished up yesterday, it released yesterday or 2 days ago, something like that. And at the end of the video, I just, asked all you guys to put questions out for me to answer, whatever questions that you guys can think of. It doesn't have to be business related, whatever related. We picked about 5 questions and we're gonna answer that right now. So we're cruising around, just taking care of some errands and answering away. So yeah, right now we're heading to drop off a couple of my suits. I gotta get it dry cleaned. The guys are here building out the booth for the LA Fit Expo as well. We have that in like 9 days, next weekend. And then later, we're gonna go visit the Scott Boras office, the MLB agency corporation. One of his agents, Dan, which is our buddy, we're gonna go pay a visit to him and just go check out the corporate office and see how they do things over there. This question or comment from Jacqueline Monique. I'm sure you get hold on. I'm sure you get people that turn to you all the time for business advice, but who do you turn to when you're in need of advice for business or business advice? Normally I would research stuff myself first, and it all depends on like what I'm trying to figure out. Like there's so much to learn about owning a business and operating a business. Like for me, if things I need to learn about that are like legal issues, stuff to do with taxes, real estate, things like that, I would, talk with my team I have of like my CPA. I'll give them a call or whoever, or talk amongst our executives and whatnot. But as far as like rebranding or going more towards like the marketing side, branding side, advice, at this point it's hard because we're just kind of like innovating our own ways of doing things. And when I watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, I learn from those videos. So it's like advice given to me. I'm seeking advice. I'm not given advice by like an individual, if that makes sense. It all depends. It just all depends on like what advice do you need, because there's so many aspects and so many categories of advice you can get from different people. But yeah, I guess it all just depends. But I have like my small team, and then if they're not the resource, then I'll just go ahead and research it myself. This question is from Life of Lorenzo. His question was about how did we go about designing our first few designs, and how did we go about finding manufacturers and things of that nature. Well, first, like a lot of streetwear brands out there, we started off with just a blank t-shirt and designing a silkscreen design and printing it on there. And with me, I've done that prior plenty of times with other brands, so I knew the silkscreening game a lot. I used to run a silkscreening business back then with my buddy, so I know that whole process. So when I wanted to do my first design, I used Photoshop and Illustrator to design my design. Vectored it, whatever, burned the screen, put it onto an actual silk screen, put it on the press, and silk screened it myself. And this was for my other brands. And then when I started Live Fit and wanted to create the first few designs, it was the same process, because I just was coming out with t-shirts and sweaters. So I just got blanks from LA, because we live over here right by LA, by the garment district. They have a lot of vendors, a lot of good blank garment companies out there. So we found whichever ones we liked. I went out there and actually felt and tested them, and then picked whichever I liked, bought it in bulk with our wholesale license that we barely attained at the time, and then brought it back here and brought it to our local silk screener, and then had them just silk screen the design on the garments. And then with that was my initial investment of $300 right there. It cost me $300 to get a bulk order of blank clothes or blank garments like sweaters and t-shirts, and then had it printed. And yeah, that was my $300. Turned that around, flipped the money, tried to put all the profit back in. But we have a department for that, like today in our office. Like that's an actual department in Live Fit Apparel is sourcing. So we have a person that's always in search of new garments, new feels, new fabrics. Obviously it's a lot intricate today because we have our custom cut and sew that we do overseas. But when I first started off, let's just simplify it that way. I started off with blanks, and then yeah, so screened it that way. So yeah, Christina asked if the best ideas are created when you're on your free time, downtime, whatever. Yes, for me, yeah, I agree with that 100%. It does come when I'm just like chilling, doing whatever, because things just pop in my head. Like when I'm in the office, it's weird because switching from like a designer to like a CEO, it's hard. Because when I'm in the office now, I do a lot of executive work on my hours, so I can't really think creatively. So when I go home and relax, my creative mind just starts boiling again. So for me now, it's like all the time I think of shit outside the office, like when I'm about to go to sleep, just listening to music when I'm working out, you know? So yeah, a lot of the stuff sparks when I'm just out doing random things. Keenan asked if I would eventually go on to making mentorship programs and teaching people how to be entrepreneurs and stuff. I eventually would like to, but I think that would consume a lot of my time. I have a lot of businesses to run, but like I said, I would love to. I think I want to actually do something in the next year, 2017. I just talked with these guys earlier. I want to host a seminar, just like a business entrepreneurship, building, branding type of seminar. Talk about how I did it and things to avoid and stuff like that. But it's hard, like teaching entrepreneurship or trying to give advice, because it's all about execution. You know, I could say all these things and be gung-ho about the advice I give and all this stuff, but it just boils down to execution, you know. And I just see a lot of people just get fed a lot of great information and stuff, but they just fucking have no execution, so nothing ever happens. And yeah, there's a lot of fucking sharks out there that are gonna be in competition with you, you know. So I don't know, you gotta be on it. So when I teach people, like, I can fucking tell right away if you're gonna make it or not. Like 8 out of 10 times I can probably tell if you're gonna make it or not, you know. So I don't know, as far as mentorship program, I would have to like narrow it down to people I would actually want to teach by hosting a seminar and stuff like that. So yeah, the question's right here, or whatever we're gonna put it. But yeah, because he said since I was a personal trainer back then, you know, what is my, I guess, view on nutrition and whatnot. So I had been personal training for, I want to say 10 years, 8 years plus, and nutrition is 100% important. Like no matter what, for getting results, for living a healthy lifestyle, just living a long life, you know. And it sucks because the fitness industry today is fucking all that up. The supplement industry, like, I'm not putting any supplement company down, but a lot of this stuff is garbage, you know. Like, I look at things more of like from a I don't want to say a holistic side, but more of like a medical side. So you can ask any medical doctor, you know, like protein supplementation and stuff like that. It's all fucking garbage, you know. Your fucking liver's not supposed to process that shit. It's supposed to eat like natural foods. Like the whole macro whatever nutrients bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. Calories is calories, right? But the type of calories does mean things. You know, you are what you eat. You can eat a carb from fucking French fries, or you can eat a carb from brown rice, you know, or white rice. Like, what's better? Obviously the white rice, you know. Like, it's crazy that the stuff I hear nowadays, it's become so saturated with a bunch of bullshit that it's crazy. And like, I mean, there's a ton of documentaries you can watch on like Netflix and shit like that that has like medical doctors speaking about the industry and how people are fucking up their lives, you know, taking all these stuff that's really harmful for them. And it's crazy because people look for short-term results, and these things and these supplements, all these harmful things that are happening to your body isn't short-term. It's gonna happen in 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So that's just being a smart person. When you know those kind of things, you're gonna think differently about what you're eating and what you're intaking, what kind of supplements you're taking. So, you know, there's the fitness industry, or as far as supplements, they've only been around for, I don't know, like 10, 15 years. So with that, you can't even get real hard data of what those supplements are actually doing to a person in 20 years and 25 years, you know. So I'll just listen to doctors, and because they know what they're doing, listen to real nutritionists, not fucking some asshole on YouTube thinking they know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, it's crazy. The industry is pretty fucked up in that sense, because a lot of people are fed a lot of bullshit information, you know. People fucking taking a lot of steroids and selling fucking supplements and stuff like that. So it's horrible. But yeah, stick to the natural foods, your greens, your vitamins, good carbs, proteins, fats, and you'll be okay. But yeah, nutrition is 100% key in anything. So yeah. Oh, what? Look at this. Booth is all set up. So yeah, we're gonna be changing all these graphics out. All this getting torn out. Change it up, keep things relevant. Pretty dope.